So since we're kind of talking about in that subject, would y'all be willing to, like a guy that's in your life, a brother, a uncle, a father, are y'all willing to ask those guys to help y'all out? So then, like kind of help you pick a guy because y'all don't know, or there's some women that have a hard time knowing what a good guy looks like. Do you think that we should be going to our brothers, our cousins, our uncles, our fathers, and asking them more for this type of help instead of just kind of going solo and just doing it yourself? We'll start with you on this one.
Absolutely. So I actually grew up in a violent household. So whenever I was younger, I wasn't able to go to my parents, and I didn't, but I was able to go. At the time, I didn't realize I was able to go to my aunt and uncle and speak with them. But I always knew that I didn't want the dynamic that my parents had, which was yelling, screaming, me mopping up blood off the floor in the middle of the night, sweeping up glass, things like that. So I knew that that wasn't what I want. I couldn't speak with them, but as I got older, I did find people that I could go to safely and talk to and help me because I was in that environment. I was a product of that environment, and so that's what I was comfortable with. That's all that I knew. So I actually have been in three very abusive and violent relationships, and have been able to break that cycle by going to other people and asking those questions, especially other men that I trusted and relationships with. So like my one of my sisters and her husband, going to her and him and talking to them. I think it's really important if you really don't know what a healthy relationship looks like, definitely go ask other people.
Did you go to therapy?
I did. Yeah, I went to therapy for a few years.
Okay, good. Yeah, this is something that we preach a lot. Like, you got to go to therapy if you're a woman that's gone through trauma because there's nothing that's going to fix it unless you talk about it. And it's really hard
Hmm.
to talk about those type of things, like take
Yeah,
accountability and just see that, like, you can't pick men that are fucking shit. Yeah,
exactly.
like,
You,
and
you
there's,
have to learn to break the cycle. And men, too. There are a lot of men that have, whether it's single mother household that wasn't good,
mm,
household, whatever they went through, men that have gone through abuse, neglect, or been, SA, SH, all those things.
mhm.
Also, it's really good for all of us to let those things out of our system and be able to move on and become greater people.
Well, one big thing, this is something I got to bring up though. So women emote. Like,
Hmm.
y'all emote by like being able to like talk about things and let things out that way and have a conversation. Men emote a little bit differently. That's why guys go to the gym when they're depressed, or like it releases those endorphins that like get you out of that depression. A lot of guys they want to talk to their homeboys if it's like a problem that can be solved because it's something that another man should be able to help you solve the issue if
Hmm.
it's a problem, money issue or anything like
Hmm.
that. So like guys, we really like to encourage them. Like, don't get me wrong, I went to therapy for a year, but I had an amazing guy therapist, and there's
Yeah.
not a lot of guy therapists today. It's really hard to find them. But a big thing that guys got to do is they got to go. Guys emote a different way. Like, we emote by going and doing things. Like, I play paintball, so it's like back in the day when
Yep.
I was sad or depressed. It's like, all right, well, this weekend we're going to fucking play. Like, I gotta go shoot some
Yeah.
people. It's just like
You
there's
have
there's
to
like different ways of getting it out. But women gotta talk
Yeah.
about it.
You
Y'all
have to
gotta talk
find the
about it.
release that works for you,
Yeah.
whatever that is.
Well, it's just dangerous because what's happened a lot today, with the left and with the woke movement and everything, it's like, guys, y'all got to be more emotional. Y'all got to fucking express yourselves like this. Y'all got to do this. We got to stop talking to men like men or women. We blank slate all these things. Like, we try to think that everything in life, men and women are exactly the same, and it's just not true. We can
No.
look at evolutionary biology and see that we're
Hmm.
very different about some things sexually, about some things mentally, all of it. And
Absolutely.
and so like it's really a big deal right now that we need to start telling men, stop being emotional. That's not something that you were ingrained to be, and that's how we can stop these suicide rates that are going crazy. I used to be one of those emotional guys. I had that mother telling me to be emotional. It's
Mm-hmm.
not something that guys need to be taught. Like, it put me in a really bad spot because of it.
Mm.
So but yeah, I agree with you though for most
Finding
almost
a way to
everything else.
just
Yeah,
get it out in
yeah,
general, yeah.
yeah, definitely. For you, wait, what was my question again? I can't remember. I asked, would you ask a guy, like a uncle, brother, or anything like that? Would you?
Yeah, definitely. Me and my older brother, we talk a lot about relationship related things. He's actually like when I date and look for a guy, I look for a guy who has similar qualities as him because I feel like he's the perfect guy.
Perfect.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's really good. What about you? Would you ask one of the guys in your life to help you out?
I'm hard headed, so probably not. And I like to keep my business my business.
Yeah.
But I have two older brothers, so
Mm.
they have stepped into my life and said, like, this is not the right guy.
But you just
But
tell them like, it's none of your fucking business.
I don't care.
Yeah.
But I would go to my two older brothers eventually.
Yeah. What about you?
I would because I did that with my dad. Thankfully, I will say like most, if not everything that I've learned just about dating or just relationships in general has been through my dad because he's very good at like showing me both perspectives from women and from men. Like he would talk to me about things that which to a certain extent was okay because I was really young when my parents were going through the divorce, so certain things were things that I didn't really need to know about, but I'm kind of glad now that he did bring them up because at a young age I was able to kind of understand like a like the different dynamics of like relationships and stuff. So I definitely would because I did that with my dad and it definitely helped a lot and I still do to this day, especially now that like I have certain things going on with my mom. I'll go and talk to him about it and obviously he knows my mom like
Yeah,
really well.
they'll be
So
able to get perfect advice.
right. I mean, I will admit, like, in general, I feel like anybody could give you advice, but until you're ready to really take it in is when you're actually going to,
Yeah,
like,
you can
take
take a
it.
horse to water, but you can lead a horse to water,
Right.
you can't make them drink every
Right.
time.
But
Yeah.
definitely, for sure, I would. And I
Yeah.
still do. So.
Okay, no, that's good. Now I'm just kind of curious, who wants a relationship? Like, who's really at this table that y'all want a good relationship? I know a couple people are kind of already in relationships. You're in a relationship, right? Already?
Yes.
Yes. Are you in a relationship?
I'm not.
You're not. Are you? You're kind of in something? Situationships? No, you're single.
No.
No, she's like more single. Okay, but are you single?
I'm
Yes.
single.
Okay. So, do you want a relationship? Like, do you want like something serious right now, or are you putting it off till 25 or something?
To answer your question, right now in this very moment, I would say no. I'm not saying I'm not open to the idea of it because if for whatever reason I were to meet a person, I'd just vibe and everything would go great. Like, who wouldn't? But just because of how old I am and I've already been into relationships at such a young age too. They both lasted almost 3 years. So I will say like I've been in a relationship for I want to say like 6 years, pretty much like back to back. And I've learned a lot from it and I just kind of want to sit back right now and just like take it all in.
Especially since you were since a young girl. Yeah, you were
Yeah.
13, I guess, then for the first one.
Yeah, I was a freshman. I
Yeah.
was a freshman. My first relationship went from freshman year to like early junior year and then waited like 2 months. And then I got into that relationship. That lasted up until
Monkey
like,
branch went straight to another one.
well, I'm not even gonna get into that, but I had already met him from school or whatever. I mean, I will say at least I stayed with him. For
Oh
a
yeah,
while,
no,
but-
like yeah, no, it's fine. I think it's better if you. I think it's better for a woman to be in serious relationships than go through a hoe phase. That's just me
Right.
personally. I mean,
Mhm.
just me personally. I think it's better to like keep your count down. But that's also toxic because there's some women that will like keep going back to like Chad Thundercock because she doesn't want to make her fucking body count go higher and like he's just a
Mhm.
toxic asshole that uses her for
Yeah.
pussy. You know, so there's like two sides of that one. You know.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, Sergio here. I just want to mention I've created a completely free guide that shows you exactly how I went from having low confidence and being painfully awkward around women to easily meeting and dating numerous high quality desirable women in real life without the use of any dating apps or social media. So if you're struggling to get out there, if you have approach anxiety or don't know what to say or how to interact with women to make them want you and are sick of using dating apps with low value girls that hundreds of other guys have been chatting with, click the link in the description below to grab your free guide right now. And if you want private mentorship with me personally to help guide you every step of the way in this process, check out my mentorship program in the description too. I would be happy to help you reach your dating goals and overcome any obstacle you may face. And trust me, if I can do it, you can do it too. I hope to see you soon. Peace out.